The Lawman Lynch Show on BFS TV New York. We are entertaining. We are educational. We are engaging. Every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. and a repeat at 5:30 p.m. Time Warner Spectrum Channel 34, Optimum Channel 67, RCN Channel 82, and Verizon Fios Channel 42. Watch anywhere around the world at brickartsmedia.org/1. Today on the Lawman Lynch Show, we have another great personality with us who I'm sure will serve as an inspiration to all of us. A couple weeks ago, while in studio, she caught my attention with her graceful strut and classic poise. I simply had to find out who this lady was, so I did. She's a fashion designer, the owner and CEO of the Yordan Company, which is a clothing company based here in New York City. She is also the executive producer and host of Cinda Yordan's Fashion Suite, the executive producer and host of Fashion Suite Extravaganza, and she also serves as executive producer and host of CY Entertainment Tonight, which is the show I had a glimpse of some time ago. It is my privilege to have with us today on our show the lovely Cinda Yordan. But before we hear from Miss Yordan, please check out our In the Spotlight feature. Stay tuned. Brooklyn, New York amplifies the excitement this fall with an epic new drama series that will keep you wanting more. Slick. Brace yourselves and be ready to embrace love, life, and loyalty.
So Leo, how are you today?
Sebastian. Leo, you're a man? Don't get it twisted. People aren't always who they claim to be, and things aren't always how they
I don't know
seem.
how much of elite buzz you apparently own or what secrets you have with Leo, but I'm not talking to you right now.
Sleep on that same side of the bed.
Never throw pearls before swine.
Kirosh. What are you doing, Kirosh?
I don't care if you love him or not. You need to call the police.
A brewing East Coast rivalry.
There comes a time when the only thing that matters in this concrete jungle is loyalty.
You know, I have access to some of the MG's accounts.
Only thing I have to send you right now is my EBT card.
Girl, let me get this straight. You walk into my establishment. You disrespect my employees. Disrespect is worse than a slap in the face, but the consequences teaches lessons. However, in fine New York style, the drama caresses the entertainment.
I have the most amazing idea that will make our ratings burst through the roof.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm listening.
Why do you keep inviting me to these meetings?
Why do you keep coming?
That production was utter rubbish.
Sure thing, Mr. Lynch. You sure they know I'm gonna be there?
2 in the country. I'm not finished, Jenny.
Let me repeat myself. I'm the wrong person to mess with.
Ooh, a little spicy, I see. Like I said, stay in your lane. Hood rat.
Peaches! Oh my God, girl, what happened?
Domestic abuse, other social problems, and hostile takeovers.
Mr. Leo Marpel Lynch.
You wouldn't believe what's going to happen.
You're such a bitch.
A bitch? I don't see why everyone is acting like I'm asking for so much.
Nicole, you're a thief. Do you defend Richard Bradley? Because if you do, well, if you don't put a muzzle on her mouth.
What's really going on?
Good friends are better than bills in your pocket. You better recognize love, life, and loyalty.
Good job, honey. I'll still be Leo's helper.
Whoa. Put a leash on her. Select. Welcome back to our show. Welcome back to our show. I have the lovely Cinda Yordan on set. By the way, I love that name, by the way. Did your parents ever, Yordan is your father's last name. He's originally from
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because it sounds very, Spanishy or, yeah.
It's Gumercindo.
Gumercindo? What's that?
That's my father's name. Gumercindo. And so my name kind of derived from that.
Okay.
Kind of short, like the Cindo part. Cinda.
Cinda.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Yordan?
Cinda Yordan.
And Yordan. Yordan. It's very, very nice. It rolls off your tongue easily, Very stylish. So you're in LA, you're back in New York, you're back in your environs because this is your stomping ground. This is your stomping ground. And I got your bio and I was so impressed. You have various projects. You have the extravaganza.
Yes. Fashion Suite Extravaganza.
Fashion Suite Extravaganza. When did that start? First, you're the Cinda Yordan.
Cinda Yordan's Fashion Suite.
Right.
That was on CBS.
On CBS?
Yes, that was CBS.
What was that about?
That was about me as a fashion designer.
Okay.
The life of,
Oh, nice.
what I do, as a designer. Yeah.
Wow. How long did that run?
It didn't run long, just about 5 weeks.
5 weeks, okay.
Yeah.
And the extravaganza?
That lasted about, that ran about a year.
A year.
Yes.
And now you're with CY
Entertainment. Right. Well, okay, so what that is it's a branch off from the Fashion Suite Extravaganza. It's just that I wanted to expand it more. Instead of just having fashion, I wanted to do fitness, entertainment, and health as well.
So first of all, if you guys at home can't see it, she has amazing skin. Amazing. You don't ever ask a woman her age, but I know for a fact that she's not a teenager. I know she's not in her 20s, but she just looks simply amazing. I know she's not in her 20s, and you look great. You look great. So, as you mentioned, the whole idea of branching off into health and fitness, it gives me greater insight into who you are because I can see it.
Yes.
I can really see it. So tell us more about that.
Okay. Well, I used to be a handball player, an A player.
Okay.
Which is really famous here in New York. All over New York City. It's very famous, but now it's really become more famous all over the world. But I used to play handball all the time. I mean, like, go to work, go straight to the handball court.
Okay.
It was just my thing, So I was very, very active. And, but because now that I'm designing clothing and I'm producing shows, I don't have any time anymore for handball.
Okay.
But I do love to do a little bit of jogging and walking. So I walk, jog.
Right.
I do that a lot with my girlfriend, Rosie Ramchandarian.
Okay.
She's Indian. She's a model.
Okay.
Right. We work out together a lot. Plus, we both have allergies, in fact. The same allergies. We're gluten-free and soy-free.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask you if the pollens affect you because during pollen season I'm a total mess.
It really doesn't bother me too much.
Okay.
No, not the pollen.
Okay.
But the food. Yeah. I have a lot of problems with foods. So I cook and eat most of the food at home. So I don't have any allergy problems when I'm out on the street. So as far as my health is concerned, I generally, I eat healthy because I don't eat a lot of, I can't eat like cakes unless I bake them.
Right. Which you do, by the way. She bakes lovely cakes, lovely cookies. Lovely cookies. Yes, it was great. It was amazing. As a matter of fact, you're going to be you're one of the featured caterers.
Yes.
For the Be Free Awards. Yeah. That's some great stuff. So she's not only into fashion, you're also a I wouldn't say restaurateur, but you're a baker.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're doing some amazing stuff. with everything that you're doing, though. By the way, you finished speaking about the extravaganza?
Yeah.
You did? With everything that you're doing, the baking and the fashion and your television show, because you're also a producer.
Right.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Where do you want to take all of these projects that you're working on?
Well, basically, I really hope to do more like of a show, a show thing. That's really what I'm into, is like TV, just a regular season.
Right.
And hopefully a few seasons, lots of seasons.
Right.
Of doing fashion, entertainment, and health and my cookies.
And your cookies. And you never can tell, Patti LaBelle's pie. Have you tasted it?
No.
No. I haven't tasted it either.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad.
It's hard for me to eat out.
Right.
So, especially baked goods, because you don't find too many bakeries that. But you know what? You don't find too many bakeries that bake gluten-free. And then when they do, it's really not that good.
It doesn't taste
it just has
good.
This,
it's bland.
Aftertaste or bland, like
right.
you're saying. It's just.
But your cookies are good.
Yeah.
Your cookies are good. Trust me, you need to taste. You need to taste. Does your baking stuff has a brand, or is just get Cinda Yordan's stuff? Cinda Yordan. When we return, we will continue our conversation with Cinda Yordan. But before that, it's time for The Buzz. We'll be right back. Brooklyn, New York amplifies the excitement this fall with an epic new drama series that will keep you wanting more. Slick. Brace yourselves and be ready to embrace love, life, and loyalty.
So, Leo, how are you today?
Sebastian.
Leo, you're a man?
Don't get it twisted. People aren't always who they claim to be, and things aren't always how they seem.
I don't know how much of elite buzz you apparently own or what secrets you have with Leo, but I'm not talking to you right now.
Sleep on that same side of the bed.
Never throw pearls before swine.
What are you doing, Kirash?
I don't care if you love him or not. You need to call the police.
A brewing East Coast rivalry.
There comes a time when the only thing that matters in this concrete jungle is loyalty.
I have access to some of the MG's accounts.
The only thing I have to sustain me right now is my EBT card.
Girl, let me get this straight. You walk into my establishment. You disrespect my employees. Disrespect is worse than a slap in the face, but the consequences teaches lessons. However, in fine New York style, the drama caresses the entertainment.
I have the most amazing idea that will make our ratings burst through the roof.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm listening.
Why do you keep inviting me to these meetings?
Why do you keep coming?
That production was utter rubbish.
Sure thing, Mr. Lynch. You sure they know I'm gonna be there?
2 in the country. I'm not finished, Jenny.
Let me repeat myself. I'm the wrong person to mess with.
Ooh, a little spicy, I see. Like I said, stay in your lane. Hood rat.
Peaches! Oh my God, girl, what happened?
Domestic abuse, other social problems, and hostile takeovers.
Mr. Leo Markwell Lynch.
You wouldn't believe what's going to happen.
You are such a bitch.
A bitch? I don't see why everyone is acting like I'm asking for so much.
Nicole, you're a thief.
Do you defend Richard Bradley? Because if you do, well, if you don't put a muzzle on her mouth.
What's really going on?
Good friends are better than bills in your pocket. You better recognize love, life, and loyalty.
Job, honey. I'll still be Leo's helper.
Whoa. Put a leash on her. Welcome back to our show. I trust that you enjoyed that episode of The Buzz, brought to you by the Lawman Lynch Show. I have in studio with me none other than Cinda Yordan. Very happy to have you here. I cannot express that enough. Before the break and before we watched The Buzz, we were talking about your cookies. And we spoke about the branding of your cookies. It's not yet really branded, but if you want Cinda's cookies, just call her up. We'll have the information here for you. And you also bake cakes.
Yes.
And
right,
stuff.
Because I'm baking the cakes for the B Awards.
Right.
For Brick.
For Brick.
Right,
That's some good
on
stuff.
April the 1st.
Outside of fashion, though, whenever I have guests on the show, I like to pick their brains a little, as to how socially conscious we are, as humans. What are you passionate about outside of fashion and baking? What pulls at your heartstrings?
Let's see. What pulls my heart? That's a good question. I don't know, because I just really, I'm such a homebody.
Right.
I really am, and I'm married, and
nice.
I love to please my husband, so I make sure that when he gets home from work, that everything at home is just so perfect for him.
You're family oriented.
I am. I really am.
That's great.
And I dedicate my life to him. I
Wow.
really do, because he's such a good man. He's so caring and loving. I don't know anyone like him.
Wow.
Period. I mean, he's like.
How long have you been married?
He really loves me, and it's
Nice.
just so important for me to give everything back. You know what I mean? So, I cook really fantastic meals for him, and I
The
pride
way to a
myself
man's
over
heart.
that.
Hold on. They say that.
I
They
really
say that
pride
in
myself over
America.
that, 'cause-
They say that in America too.
Yeah.
That the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, and he really appreciates it, because I sit there. It's funny because we almost never really eat together, because he loves to watch TV and eat. So I'll make his meal and I'll get it over to him, and then I'm in the kitchen straightening up, whatever, and then I'll make it there, to eat with him.
Right.
But I listen to him while I'm in the kitchen. When he's eating and he's enjoying himself. I'm like, okay, he really likes this meal too.
Yeah. What do you like to cook?
So I cook everything. I mean,
Yeah.
he loves burgers, cheeseburgers, and I cook arroz con dulces. I cook.
What's that?
That's
Arroz. That's rice and peas, right?
Yeah. Baked macaroni and cheese and lasagna. And,
nice.
Meatballs. I like to make Swedish meatballs with rice.
Right. How long have you been married
Lots
for?
of vegetables. I love vegetables, mixed vegetables, all different kinds in there to make it look really pretty and colorful.
Right.
And then of course that's the health part that you have to have in your diet.
Right.
I drink a lot of wine when I eat.
You like wine.
Love wine, Merlot, and Cab. I love Cabernet
Nice.
Sauvignon. Yeah.
Nice. How long have you been together with your husband?
Well, we've been married for 14 years.
Ah.
In June. No, in July. Wait, June. Sorry, we got married June 7th.
You don't want to
so we
forget
were
that
married
date,
But we've been together for 27 or 28 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. That's a long. What annoys you?
About what?
Anything.
Anything. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see what annoys me. when people chew gum and they pop it and they
Ah.
mouth open, I hate that.
You're so proper.
It's so annoying.
You're so proper.
It drives me crazy.
It drives you crazy. What as an entrepreneur, doing your thing, excelling, what advice do you have for individuals who want to take that path? Starting their own business, particularly in the fashion and entertainment industry.
Let's see. First of all, it's a lot of work.
All right.
And you really have to be dedicated, focused. You have to put everything into it. You have to sleep with it.
Right.
Wake up with it.
Right. You have to really want it.
You have to in order to make it happen. Because, well, personally, like me, I'm a procrastinator. I am.
Really?
I know that about myself. And once you know yourself, then you can actually work around it.
Right.
And make it happen. So for me, when I said that I was going to do this, I had to really focus and buckle down and do it. So what I did was, every time I said, okay, this is the next thing that needs to be done, I just go and do it. Because otherwise I might sit on that and then I'm like, okay, I didn't do that yet, and I should have been done that. Should have got that done, So, following your dream is not very easy. It's, it's easily said than done.
Right.
So it's really important that, whatever it is that you decide to do in life, that you focus, that you make it, you just do it.
Right.
You have to do it and spend all of your time doing it. And you really can't let someone tell you, oh, you're not, this is not, it's not right, or you're not doing a good job, because when people tell you things like that, it's just a critique, and you have to listen to those things too, and then you make yourself better.
Right.
You'll be stronger.
Right.
Your whole situation will turn out a lot better. So basically, if you want it, then just go get it.
Go for it.
Go get it.
I totally agree with you. If individuals want to find you, how can we find you?
Okay. Well, you can find me on Facebook as Cinda Yordan, CindaYordan. You can find me at layyordanco.webs.com. You can find me at cinda@nyc.rr.com.
Thank you very much. You are amazing. I really enjoyed our chat. I want to thank you and encourage you, to continue doing what you're doing. I mean, you've been in this industry for quite some time, and the sky is not even the limit. You can go so much further. And you said something that really inspired me and reminded me of a motivational speaker I listened to some time ago. If you want something, you just need to keep going at it. And he made mention of taking out a young man out into the water and holding his head under the water, and the young man was trying, to come up to get some air. And the moral of that story he was given was that you have to want success the same way you want to breathe.
Oh, yes.
You have to want success the same way you want to breathe, and that's the only way you're going to really excel and achieve what you want to achieve. And I want to thank you for motivating my audience today, and inspiring us. We really appreciate it greatly. All right. It was indeed a pleasure having none other than the wonderful Cinda Yordan with us today in studio. Friends, thanks again for watching. This couldn't have happened without your continued support. So thanks once again, and remember, in everything you do, try to be as optimistic and positive as possible while you be the best you. Thanks for watching. Brooklyn, New York amplifies the excitement this fall with an epic new drama series that will keep you wanting more. Slick. Brace yourselves and be ready to embrace love, life, and loyalty.
So Leo, how are you today?
Sebastian.
Leo, you're a man?
Don't get it twisted. People aren't always who they claim to be, and things aren't always how
I
they
don't know
seem.
how much of elite buzz you apparently own or what secrets you have with Leo, but I'm not talking to you right now.
Sleep on that same side of the bed.
Never throw pearls before swine.
What are you doing, Kirash?
I don't care if you love him or not. You need to call the police.
A brewing East Coast rivalry.
There comes a time when the only thing that matters in this concrete jungle is loyalty.
You know I have access to some of the MG's accounts.
The only thing I have to sustain you right now is my EBT card.
Girl, let me get this straight. You walk into my establishment. You disrespect my employees. Disrespect is worse than a slap in the face, but the consequences teaches lessons. However, in fine New York style, the drama caresses the entertainment.
I have the most amazing idea that will make our ratings burst through the roof.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm listening.
Why do you keep inviting me to these meetings?
Why do you keep coming?
That production was utter rubbish.
Sure thing, Mr. Lynch. You sure they know I'm gonna be there?
2 in the country. I'm not finished, Jenny.
Let me repeat myself. I'm the wrong person to mess with.
Ooh, a little spicy, I see. Like I said, stay in your lane. Hood rat.
Peaches! Oh my God, girl, what happened?
Domestic abuse, other social problems, and hostile takeovers.
Mr. Leo Markwell Lynch.
You wouldn't believe what's going to happen.
You are such a bitch. A bitch?
I don't see why everyone is acting like I'm asking for so much. Nicole, you're a thief. Do you defend Lynch and Bradley? Because if you do, well, if you don't put a muzzle on her mouth.
What's really going on?
Good friends are better than bills in your pocket. You better recognize love, life, and loyalty.
Good job, honey. I'll still be Leo's helper.
Put a leash on her. Select.